Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here for the late night. You know what I'm saying? To later than normal, but we're here. Been a mad day, protest, and the game as well. So big up to everyone who was at the protest as well. The 1958 as well for organizing it as well. You know what I'm saying? To the people who were there. And yeah, big day. Couldn't get the result over the line, but we'll discuss it all as well. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up to Ash in the building. Ash, how are you? Big up to you, bro.
Yeah, all good, all good. I'm okay with that result. You know, we saw the lineup at the start, didn't we? We was all worried. I can't imagine anyone wasn't looking at Lindelof and Ericsson and Casemiro in that midfield and thinking, yeah, okay, we can win this today. So now I'm comfortable coming away from it. In personal news, my team that I coach, the under-8s, were eight wins on the bounce. So I'm buzzing. Absolutely smashing at the moment. So let's go 10-0 this weekend. But yeah, no, I'm excited to get talking about United and Arsenal, the frauds that they always continue to be. Pleasure as always to see Double A and yourself, Saeed, and yeah, all good.
Yeah, big up to you, man. And obviously we got man like Double A in the building. But what are you saying, Double A, man? Oh, did you hear him?
Nah, you muted there, Double A.
Double A, you muted.
Apologies. Yeah, big up, Saeed. Obviously, first off, we have to say Glazers out, Ineos out. That's the first thing we have to. And it's beautiful to be down there today. A lot of Reds showing the same message, fight against this ownership that's absolutely killing this football club. Obviously, big up to you, Saeed. Good to be with you today, as always. And my twin brother, Ash. Also, I kind of feel like I'm flawless today. I'm in a different room. Yeah, I feel like I'm in the dark. I'm in the cave. Do you know what I mean? Like you can barely see me today. So bear with me on that one. But now, do you know what? Today was today. I think for me personally, I'm just ticking off the games now to get through the season. So it was neither here nor there for me today. But as a day, it was good to be a United fan because the fans turned out today, and I think that to me was the most important thing about today.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up to the best chat on YouTube as well. I can't forget you guys.
Yeah.
Big up to you, man. Looking forward to talking about it, dissecting it as always.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Big up to obviously Flawless will join us as well in that regards, man. Listen, a lot of you, I might as well address it, man. See this, we talk about it, and obviously we carry on with the show. Obviously, the video that's circulated over there. Me and Robbie were doing an interview, and Robbie didn't have a problem, but obviously, little old Julian decided to come over and point to the badge. Obviously, this is a Palestinian badge. It says Free Palestine because we're doing it in support of the people in Palestine who are going through a lot of oppression, and there's a genocide going on. I don't mince my words. There is a genocide going on, so we're in support of the people of Palestine. It's my platform, but how dare you not only interrupt the video because the video was rolling and everyone knew the video was rolling, but come on there and try to dictate what's going on my channel. Like, for me, it's Ramadan, innit? So I didn't want to swear. You feel me? Like, I try not to swear. In that moment there, I didn't want to swear. I just went, how dare you? Like, move. Like, just get out of my face, really. Do you know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of people that are talking about Robbie's name. I don't really want to put Robbie into this because Robbie was calm. He said, it's my platform. You know what I'm saying to you? There's nothing that Robbie, I'm mad at him, or I don't want to group Robbie with Julian. I just want people to cook that fraud Julian and that absolute prick Julian. You know what I mean? For me, listen, I don't care what happens on my channel, bro. Like, listen, I come from nothing, bro. For me, it's about promoting and also raising awareness about Palestine, raising awareness about any problems that are going on in this world. I don't promote alcohol. I don't promote gambling. I keep it very, very 100 on this channel. You know what I'm saying to you? I've got morals in it. You feel me? So, end of the day, I will always stand with the people of Palestine and anyone who's going through oppression. So for that Junior to come on my channel and interrupt my video and to point at the Palestinian flag and go, basically, ineffective, go, what's that? Who do you think you are? Seriously. Like, and you know what I did? I did it on purpose. I left that video there on purpose. I don't give a shit. I'll admit it now. I could have easily said, you know what? I'm not showing it to people. But I had to show people the fact that you've gone on there, tried to coerce Robbie into saying, yo, you shouldn't be having that on your channel, or you shouldn't be having that around you. How dare you, man? You're supposed to be raising, you know, this very, very serious matter on what's going on in Palestine. But you're there trying to not associate people. Like, Robbie should be learning what's happening over there. I don't care. I'll say it to Robbie's face. Robbie should be knowing what's going on around the world and knowing that, you know, Gaza, the people of Gaza are under serious oppression. You know, for you to be there, yo, like that kind of, like, it felt like to me, it was like, yo, like the people of Gaza, the people of Palestine are beneath us. Nah, it's a joke thing. And I left it on purpose. I could have edited it out. But for me, listen, Robbie, I ain't got no problem with him. You know what I'm saying? I'll call him later on. Because for me, Robbie was calm with it. It's on my platform. And for those that are saying that I didn't have it on AFTV, I did have it on AFT, but my jacket was slightly covering it. So I'm not scared to put it on no platform or whatever. I'll continue to voice my opinion on people of Palestine. I will. I was there Wembley yesterday. Shout out to, I think it's Harrow and PLC. I was there yesterday. I'll say it wherever I can, man. I ain't scared to talk about the people of Palestine and talk about what's going on in Gaza. I never am. This idea that I'm scared to do whatever. Bro, I came from nothing, man. You get me? You could take everything away from me, bro. Like, but I will never lose my morals. I will never lose what I really stand for, man. That ain't me. You get me? Like, this is everything in this dunya is materialistic, man. You know, everything's going. So for me, you have to talk about things that you believe in, man. And that's what I believe in, man. You know what I mean? I stand for the people of Palestine. I stand for the people who are oppressed around the world, and I keep it moving like that. So, Julian, you have been exposed, mate. Yeah? Damn right. I don't care. You have been exposed for what you are. Simple as that. And you will face the consequences from that. Simple. We keep it moving.
Big up, Saeed.
Anyway.
Big up, Saeed. You know what I mean? Doing the right thing. And I think you can see from the support, not only on the chat, but obviously on socials as well, that people stand behind you, mate. And, you know, you did the right thing. You acted the right way. You know, you didn't show out. You was respectful in the way you dealt with it. So, mate, big up to you, Saeed, each and every time, man. You know.
Yeah. No, big up, man. Big up to you, man. Like I said, I just want to address it there and then just keep it moving, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I said, I've not got no problem with AFTV. I've got no problem with the people of AFTV. Got no problem with what they stand for, whatever. That's on them. Everyone can have their own opinion on that. But that particular person, Julian, I've got a problem with. Simple as that. And if he wants to come find me, wherever want to come find me, they know where I live. They know where I am. I was at Old Trafford. Say no more. It is what it is.
You didn't need to say no more. You handled it like a gent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was enough.
Simple. But anyway, guys, let's talk about today, man. And yeah, man, I'm gutted. I can't lie to you guys. I think we deserve more in the game, man. I think David Raya. You know what? Yeah, I thought that was David Raya today, man. You know what I mean? Just seriously, that was like a throwback goalkeeper performance because he used to keep us in it, and he did for them as well, man. And listen, second half mostly. I think the first half, it was. Listen, I was thinking about what can I have for iftar and trying to plan my day, man. Like it was mad. But like the second half, no, honestly, second half though was something else, and we turned up, man. And listen, they can have the ball. They can talk about they dominated the game. But really and truly, man, we had the better chances, Double A, man. And we should have won the game. Really and truly, like, it's good that we're disappointed that we didn't win the game. It's good. Rather than coming and saying we didn't do enough, you know? We didn't do enough to win the game.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, for me, there's two sides to look at it. It's almost like a coin. One side, if you take that one game in isolation, you come away disappointed because you feel like we could have gone and won that. I think even, you know, after second half, after they equalised, like I say, we had the better chances, and you know, a couple of times we thought we won. Obviously, over-ended the stadium to me. So a couple of them looked like they went in. I was sure we'd scored. But on the other side, you know, being more realistic and everything, in a season we've been shit for most of it. It's kind of a fair result. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a 1-1 against Arsenal, where they are, where we are, it's kind of a fair result. But today you have to walk away. You're not. I don't think you're a proper football fan if you don't walk away today disappointed that we've not won that game.
Yeah,
they did not impress me one iota today, and I'd be very worried about Arsenal if I was a fan of them. I'd be worried about that team because other than possession with no.
We knew they could have possession. We knew.
Possession with no intent is just possession, bro. Do you know what I mean? It didn't look like they were ever going to really hurt us, and a couple of decent chances they had, but nah. You look the players they bring on. We cry about our strikers. Yeah, they are desperate for a striker, bro. They need a striker so bad. But yeah, that first half, as Gaza said, was mate. I was looking at my phone in bits. I was texting people. You know what?
You played Snake and Ladders in that.
It was drab. It was bad. It was really bad. And then obviously one cracking moment.
Both teams though, Arsenal and we weren't. Apart from a few opportunities of Garnacho maybe getting across and whatnot, we just didn't have the quality, and they were kind of bullying Xerxes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt sorry for him, man. Like he just couldn't get on the ball. But you know what, man? Like second half, I'll be real with you, man. Like that's what I want to see more, man. You know what I mean? The crowd were on it, and the crowd were like trying to get them to go forward. And actually, Onana was actually after that trying to like speed up the game. Before that, he was getting cooked, mate. But second half, he actually tried to at least speed up the game because we wanted to go for it. I didn't want to draw. I generally didn't want to draw. I was like, let's go for it. You know, like we're not that. I know we're 14th here, but we shouldn't be thinking like, let's draw the game at home. Go for it, man. Go for it.
That should be the case any game, mate. Yeah, it doesn't matter, you know. In a season where we've got nothing to play for in the league, you might as well lose. You know what I mean? You might at least go for it. At least show some intent. And like you say, Onana, getting his skates on and deciding naturally, no, maybe I do need to rush and get the ball up the pitch. Despite a couple of them kicks that he did were absolutely shot. One went straight to Raya, didn't it? One of them, which was
in the first half, though. You see, there was a chance where he can put the ball in early, and he just takes time, and he's passing it backwards, and you want to get the ball into the box quick. There's few moments in the first half where they just a lack of quality in the final third. You just got to get the ball in quicker. And instead, we're having to recycle the ball. You saw a lot of that from Arsenal today. You know, instead of them, but they've got no one in the box. They've got no one to finish. I can't remember Onana having to do much. I mean, having to make saves in that game. You know, I think there was one moment in the second half toward the end, and that was about it.
Yeah,
the end though, man. He nearly fumbled it on Onana, man. I don't know if you've seen it. Bro, he parried it into, was it Martinelli?
Martinelli's shot, and he parried it.
Oh my God. How did Martinelli miss that, by the way? How did Martinelli miss that?
I think he was offside.
He was offside, innit?
I'm about to say, man. Flipping hell.
Well, that's the problem. This is one of my biggest criticisms. He's not a good shot stopper anyway. But when he does say, he just puts it into danger every single time. He just, he should have the strength to push it into a safe space, and he never does it, and it is worrying. And
it's tough as well because we come from a goalkeeper of David De Gea where he'd grab the ball and hold on to it like he'd catch mad balls. Sometimes you're thinking that he'd palm them away, but he wouldn't. He'd just kind of hold on to him. Whereas Onana, you see him, I mean, constant that palming away, and his kicking's poor, and he's frustrating. I think we need to go and buy another Spaniard. Something about Spaniards at Old Trafford. It seems to like level them up. You saw David Raya today. Or something. Do you know what I mean? They seem to just enjoy it at Old Trafford. So, but yeah, Onana's frustrating, and luckily, he didn't cost us today.
No. I do think now, though, I think he's kind of low key done at Old Trafford, man, because the crowd have had enough, man. Like, guys, if you want to really understand, I don't know if you can hear it on TV, but they've really had enough of Onana. I don't see him staying longer than maybe next season, man. But then again, like the manager's very happy with what Onana's doing. I don't know if you've seen him. He's always like waving, pointing, good, keep the ball, he's like, I don't know, maybe the manager's happy with what he is right now. But then again, the manager was happy with De Gea, and then he shipped him out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So,
I think if I'd be really surprised if Amarin thinks Nana's the best keeper he can go and get to play the way he wants to play football. Because everything we bought him for, he doesn't do. So it's like I don't see Amorim thinking he's the man for me. And I'm not. You never know who it could be. This could be anyone. We don't even know who the keeper could be. It might not be the Diogo Costa or Suzuki or whatever. But mate, like I agree with you. The crowd is so restless whenever he's messing about. He's taking too long, and one instance with a free kick, and he's just like, nah, I'll do it at my own pace. And it's like we want to win the game. Like it's not. Like, it wound me up last week when he was desperate to take it to penalties. He wanted penalties so bad last week, and he's just messing about again. And I don't understand why he thinks. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he thinks he's a top level goalkeeper. He must walk around thinking he's top level when he's anything but for me. And I'll stick by. I think he's the worst United goalkeeper we've ever had. And Taibbi's Taibbi. Obviously, he was terrible. Matt Bosnich, when he come back, was terrible. But Onana, for me, apart from one really good season with Inter, never really showed me anything. He was never someone that I wanted ever at Manchester United. I didn't think he was great at Ajax. I thought he was a good goalkeeper. No. I say Inter got him on a free, so he wasn't like they went and spent 70 million on him. Do you know what I mean? So if you're telling me he's the best we can get, I'd be so worried. And I don't think Bayern Day is good enough to be number one anyway. So we do need a keeper. But then again, it's like, how many problems do we continue to need to solve in this squad? Because you think spending 50 million on a goalkeeper, that solves that issue. We shouldn't be wasting 50 million on a goalkeeper when
you just came in like 2 seasons ago. Yeah,
bro. Fact. You think that problem is now done. We can move on. But no, Manchester United, obviously, it's still an issue, and we have to go and look at it again further down the line. And we'll get nowhere near the 50 million we spent for him. So make a loss. And again, for a club that can't afford to make these kind of mistakes, we continue to do it. It's fucking frustrating. So frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Nah, it's one of them, man. Ash, obviously, did everyone here expect us to get anything from the game, by the way? Anyone expect anything from the game today? No.
No one in the chat. You're lying. You're lying if you're saying you're expecting. Looking at that team sheet today, you're lying if you're saying you expected anything out of that game. No one's expecting wins from that. You know what I mean? The fact that we had so many chances and we drew that game.
Then I spoke to a lot of people though, Ashton. They were confident about today, saying, "Yo, we got Arsenal there. We got their number, etc., etc." I mean, this is ours. Like, we're good.
I would not be. When's the last time we beat Arsenal at Old Trafford? A couple of years now, hasn't it?
Yeah, 2022. 2022,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. A couple of years, and this is an Arsenal team that, just coming off the back of what was it, 7-0 at the week, 7-1 was it?
Yeah.
So they were coming into this game confident. I was listening to you on the Big Six and Turkish saying he was expecting a slaughter. He was hoping to put like 6 or 7 past us. Because Spurs have done it before, and Arsenal fans hoping that they'd come in and slap us. And yeah, I felt Arsenal fans were confident. I felt we weren't confident, but I didn't expect them to blow us away. But the fact that we were going in there with Lindelof and Xerxes up top, don't get me wrong, I would have liked to have seen Chido be in there and start him, because he's not going to play on Thursday, is he? So you might as well risk him today, so that if Xerxes or Højlund does get injured, which you'd hope they wouldn't, they can at least then play on Thursday. So yeah, I was going into it and looking at that midfield, Eriksen and Casemiro. To be fair, Casemiro was fantastic today.
Listen, big up to him, man. He's filled in nicely for Ugarte, and to be honest with you, he deserves it, man. He puts in 100%. He didn't really put a foot wrong, Casemiro, today, if I'm being honest with you. Like, there was one pass I think he should have. I think he just rushed it, and we were in a good position the first half. But that was about it, really. I thought Bruno played well as well. Bruno, I think he was disciplined today. That midfield didn't do crazy things. He didn't really lose the ball. I think he lost the ball maybe 1 or twice, I think, in the game. But he was disciplined in the game. Scored a brilliant goal. I think our shape was very good, man. We didn't really get exposed. Like, the only one time we got exposed was the goal, and that was it. There was not really a kind of situation where we got exposed in that game.
You know why, though? You know why? No Maguire.
Yeah, bro. Someone said this before.
Dad, no Maguire in this game. We've actually got shape, and you know what? We can push up as soon as we go on the attack. You see the back line push up as well. You know, we've actually got pace in the back line when he's not in the team. More than pace, it's an attitude. Maguire,
yes,
he's so deep. His instinct is to just drop deeper. Do you know what I mean? So
he can't face it.
No, he can't face it. He never squashes the midfield. You know, so there's never that kind of press there. Lindelof the back. I was a little bit worried, but in playing central, there was a moment in the second half. I don't know if you saw it. Him coming out the back with the ball.
Oh, he played. He dragged the ball.
He went, bro.
Oh, he did that very well. Big up Tim. He did his thing today, Lindelof. You know me, I don't rate Lindelof at all, man.
No.
Listen. Obviously, we're not playing with a striker, and that we have to put that into consideration. But you got to play who's in front of you. Like, we locked up. Let's be honest. What did what's his name? Ethan Waneri did. Did he really do anything? Really? Let's be honest.
He got hooked, didn't he?
He got hooked, mate. Stinking hooked. You know what I'm going to say? I think Arsenal's best players were, for me, was Declan Rice and my man. What's his name? The keeper, David Raya. I thought Declan Rice, man, didn't deserve that other players missing in the game, bro. He was on it. He was the only one when he got on the ball. I was like, damn, man, get the ball off him, man. He's moving it around, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? That was the only one. Other than that, bro, we kept our shape. De Ligt, again, another underrated performance from De Ligt as well, who's just slotting in there nicely. You know what I mean? Box defender, again, brilliant.
I thought he was a leader today, De Ligt. I thought,
leader.
He was my man of the match. He was my man. It's a tricky one between him and Mazraoui, but I think he was just everywhere.
Mazraoui was mint today. Mazraoui was.
Mate, I don't know, man. It was incredible.
Mazraoui was my man of the match for me.
He was winning everything in the box, mate. Every cross they were throwing in, it was De Ligt's head on it, mate, getting it away. He was clearing everything. I just thought he was a leader. When we don't have that many leaders in a big game like this, and I know, like, if we go back to the original question you say, did they expect anything? I said to you, Saeed, today, bro. The first time I thought about the actual game today was when I was in the car driving up with you, bro. Because all week I've been thinking, all I thought about is the protest. And I said, I've not been watching anything Manchester United. I just keep myself away from it now at the minute because I just don't want that club infecting me as much as I need it to. So I didn't even think about it. And then seeing the team, like you say, Ash, you see some of them play. You like, Eriksen, and Lindelof and Delo, mate. As soon as I see he's playing them two at fullback again, I worry that it's a back five. And at some points it was a back six because I saw, you say the shape, I saw Casemiro dropping into one of the centre back, and I was like, mate, what are we doing? And listening to you and Robbie speaking before, and like Robbie when we were talking, and he's like, it's like coming in and watching a relegation team. The way we were so far back and looking to break. It at the moment it's a must for Manchester United, and it's no way we any of us want to watch Manchester United play football. I mean, I understand at the moment it's kind of very much similar to what Ten Hag was doing last season, game by game, just trying to get through games and trying to pick up points and get some wins and move forward in how he wants to play. But when you see that back five, and it is a back five, you can't tell me that it's not.
Yeah, the manager did say though that he's playing defensive for a reason.
Yeah. And but
he said, I forgot what he said.
That way.
You saw Liverpool do against PSG in the week. Do you know what I mean? You saw them camped in. Trying to hold on
away from home. But we're at home, bro, and we do it. But we don't.
Awful all season. We can't come in for us to go and attack them and.
Yeah, but bro, we do it against Ipswich. We do it against Brentford. We do it against everyone, bro. And this is the thing, like
you say that though, Double A. You say that when you actually think about it, against Ipswich, we were down to 10 men in the entirety of the second half, and then we played Fulham, extra time, and then we went away to Spain. Like, these players, they're entitled to have to sit deep. Do you know what I mean?
I hear it.
A bit of a slog this past 10, 15 days. Do you know what I mean? There's been a lot of work been put in there. And it's not as if the squad's been changed and there's a lot of players to come in. Basically, the majority have played those games. So there's been a lot of minutes being played, a lot of tired legs out there. So you can't blame him too much.
No. No, and I agree. It's needs must, and it's getting through. It's just for me, mate, as a purist, as someone who loves attractive football and who has watched Manchester United play some of the best football we've ever seen. It's anti-football, and it's everything you don't want to see a Manchester United team doing. So I have to take it at face value. I understand why he's doing it, but it's still I still can't enjoy any of it. And walking away with a draw today, like I say, it's disappointing. But like I say, the grand scheme of things, probably a fair result on how our season's gone, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I expect these players to play well in the big games because, like or Arsenal fans thinking they're going to spank us. The one thing we've learned from Amorim is he knows how to play against the big teams. He can get a result out of these
bigger teams now. He's drew against Liverpool. He beat Man City. He beat Arsenal in the FA Cup, obviously with 10 men as well. He's obviously got a draw here.
Those two Tottenham games as well in the League Cup and the league have been very close. Let's not think we've
you're very close. You know what? Yeah. And again, yeah. What else is there, man?
We're not playing Chelsea, have we?
Hey,
so
Chelsea, no, Chelsea, no, it's coming back. Yeah. So is it? Yeah, but again, I don't know if it's just the players rising to it or but our like defensive structure, we're a bit more alert in that regard. You know what I mean? But it's just against the smaller teams that we need to be on the front foot. We can't do it. But he said here, by the way, and big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you hit the like button if you can, people, man. He said here, when you coach Man United, you cannot play too much like that. But the idea is to win the game and not show something and not to show something just to the fans. It's just to win the game. Imagine one way to win the game in this context. So I know this is frustrating for the fans sometimes. But then when you score and you feel comfortable and then you have lots of opportunities, the game changes, the momentum changes, and they are happy. So we have to deal with that. Sometimes we have to do things that are not popular. But if you want to win and imagine one way to win, we have to do it because in the end, we need the points. So it looks like to me that, at the start, he's saying we play ugly, but if we get the goal, then we start to play our better football. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Is that the right logic? Is that the right way of doing it? Or do you think, what I mean?
If you compare that to when he first got the job, he sounds like a company man. He sounds now to me like he has been bogged down and is towing the company line. That's everything that goes against what we was hearing from him.
It's survival instinct.
This is what worries me, bro. Because when he come, it's my way. My ideal. Yeah. We always do my idea. We will get there. We have to do it. That now sounds to me is like I'm fucked and I have to just do what I can. It's Ollie all over again. It's Ten Hag all over again. That's how it's coming across to me, unfortunately. It's worrying that. I think that's very worrying.
You know what, though? I think he came in as an idealist. I think he thought it'd all be roses and that, and he's come in and he's seen how scarred these players are, and he's realised that, listen, I've just got to play to their strengths. The majority of these players are players that play better deep, play better on the counter, so I'm just going to have to do this to get through this season, get my players and then move forward. Because, you look at his sporting team, they played with attacking wingers, they played in attack. We know these players aren't good enough to go out and play in a press and play attacking football. We've seen that we struggled to do that under Ten Hag. We struggled to do that, for the last 18 months. We're not a goal scoring team. We're not a team that plays good football. Regardless of the team, it's more the players aren't that, are they? Do you know what I mean? So you can kind of understand him now. It's one of those ways come to the realization eventually that, look, this is just how I'm going to have to do it for now until I get to it. And that's why he's talked a lot about him surviving. And I think he said in the press conference or in an interview recently that a lot of these players are scarred when they go away, or when he's taught them on the training ground and then they come back to training and they see the same working environment they've been in for the last 18 months. It's difficult for them to shake their original idea. Do you know what I mean? That they've been taught what they used to do. So he's just got to get a bit of freshness in this team and a freshness. And that's what he's looking for and looking forward to. And it's one of those we're just going to have to put with it and suffer with it until the good thing is, looking at the performance today, is you can feel confident going against Real Sociedad that whenever it's a big game, we tend to step up. These players at least then, do give it. So it's exciting, going deeper into the Europa League competition, knowing that we can play against these teams, because over the past couple of weeks, months, we've had some horrendous performances, thinking that, we're not going to get anything, we're knocked out of all cup competitions and end up just, struggling, limping to survival in the Premier League. So I feel confident going forward with the Europa League that I don't see many teams in there that are going to beat us. You look at Arsenal today, you look at the way we performed against Liverpool, you look at what we did against Arsenal in the FA Cup, you look at what we did against Man City. I think these performances, we've got Manu to come back, we've got Agate to come back.
You know what? There's a lot of people out, man. Like, people don't realize this, man. We're not playing with a striker. We haven't got Ahmad. We haven't got Manu. We haven't got Ogate. I know, listen, they've got injuries, yeah. And this injuries are part of football, but there's a lot of the team that are not there for the manager, man. Like, he hasn't got Dorgu. Like, today, Dorgu would have been excellent today. Like, just you see, Dalot, he wins the ball, yeah, and then he loses it by not being able to dribble. There's a lot of the manager is getting, he's held back by certain things because he hasn't got the tools to maybe play the way he wants to. You know what I mean? Like, you have to give the manager a bit, like, you've got to give him a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, a patience in that regards. Got to give him a bit of slack. Like, give him, cut him off the slack. Like, give him time.
That, but at the same time, because
Martinez as well, I forgot about him as well.
There's a comment from Chiku there, and he's saying you can't judge until. I'm sorry, but we can judge him on stuff he's doing. This is the thing. As soon as you say something against the manager, you hammer him out. Then no, but he can be critiqued from day one when he's not doing the right thing. We're entitled to say, "Oh no, I don't think he's doing the right thing there," or for me, he needs to improve this. I back him. I think if he is backed properly by the club and he's allowed to have the right tools and the right resources to do the things he wants to do, then potentially could be a success here. But at the same time, if he's, he did a great thing today by taking Holland out of the team, because I think we look better without him in the team. And as soon as he come on, I think we reverted back to type, and it was terrible again.
But then he frustrates it, Double A, like not bringing on Chido Obi. We all want to see Obi today against that. You're expecting, he's going to have that bite there against Arsenal. You've seen his posts on Instagram and that. You can see how much it means to him. So
stuff like that, though. Yeah, but I don't mind him protecting a 17-year-old against his former club and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think he should be putting a £70 million man on. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think I just wish he would stick to what he was saying in Managerial. Do you know what I mean? Because I think he was better when he was being completely honest. Don't toe the company line. Be yourself, because that's what was making the fans fall in love with you.
100%, man. And listen, I think for me, the way we came out second half, man, you know what I mean? The chances, man. Like, which for you are you mostly like pissed off about the chances? Like, I mean, let's talk about the Mazraoui one, man. That there is a brilliant save from Raya with his legs. You know what I mean? That one there, like, Mazraoui was up and down that touchline, man. You know what I'm saying? And he does a brilliant save. And then you got the one with You know the one with Xerxes, right? Was that a corner, or did Xerxes just miss it? I don't know. I don't know if you might have seen it there, Asher, towards your side.
I think it was over end towards, wasn't it?
Yeah, was that a miss hit? Let us know in the chat, guys.
No, the one where he went through his legs and he back-heeled it. He tried to do it. And Nani, remember, I think Nani did it against Bayern.
Yeah.
Remember the long
the Nani one, yeah. Was it a deflection, though? Was it a deflection from the defender, or did Xerxes just miss the chance?
And it was deflection, and then Xerxes quickly adjust. And just David Raya again, just great save, just great time. He got his right hand down just by his side there and made a cracking save. The Mazraoui one, I don't think Mazraoui could do much more. That was again another great shot. Raya sticks his leg out and just puts it wide. I think Old Trafford, everyone thought that was in. It was almost, we were celebrating before he made the save. It was because it was struck that well, but it was a great save. And then the late one where David Raya recovers and gets the ball out. Bruno makes a shot. From our side, Double A, I don't know about you, but from our side, that looked like it was in. Like,
I thought, celebrate both of those.
The referee, we're waiting for Anthony to point to the spot and say goal. You know, it's one of those. Check the watch. That's a goal. Don't know how it looked from you, Saeed, but yeah, that was frustrating. That we had a lot of chances in that game. The one where Højlund got tackled by, was it Saliba? Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that looked like he had time. He had time to take that shot. I don't, I've not seen the replay of that one. For some reason, it was
the Bruno one, yeah. That one we're gonna talk about. The Bruno one, yeah. Collier should have went in, followed in, man. People should have followed in. There was not many people there, man, at that moment, man. Go and follow it in, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
follow
what
it in.
That's what you're taught to do, innit? Follow in.
Yeah.
Any rebound.
Follow in.
And that's the problem with this team. They don't do the basics of what you taught as a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everyone knows. Always follow in for a rebound. You never know. You could
follow in, man. There'll be more people there. Follow in.
We know.
Collier, they all got to follow in. You know what I'm saying? But Bruno's shot, I'm not going to moan about that one. That was a good shot, obviously. Bruno could have scored. I think he probably should have. But again, you know what I mean? It's one of them where, yeah, you're right. Maybe he should have put it into the corner. You know what I'm saying to you? Put it into that corner, and then the keeper doesn't get there. Maybe it's straight to him. You know what I'm saying to you? Big up Don in the chat. Yeah, I'm gutted, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gutted. You know what I'm saying? So, but then the Højlund one, man. Oh my days, man. Guys, honestly, man. Like, is it a situation where we just have to write him off? Like, and this is why I didn't go mad, about the Dalot situation. Everyone was making videos, analysis. All this. I said, you know what? Cool. Like, yeah, Dalot didn't cross. No. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I genuinely get it, man. Yeah, big up to Gulali, man. Big up to you, bro. Always love, bro. Always love, my guy. But you know what it is, bro? Like, I hear it to that he should have passed it, but there was a lot of outcry in terms of man, Højlund would have bagged it and Højlund would have done this.
Nah, I'm not.
There was though, bro.
But that side, what he would have done after the pass is irrelevant. That's not even the issue.
He has to cross it. He has to.
It doesn't matter if it's Højlund. It doesn't matter if it's Casper the Ghost. It doesn't matter if it's my gran. You have to pass that ball into the middle of the box. That's what you're there for. Why are you taking a shot? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what he does after that. You just have to put that on the plate. And it doesn't matter if it's Højlund, Xerxes, Martial, any striker we've had. That's the issue we've had for 5, 6, 7 years now. The players don't want to pass the ball, and it's a big criticism of Rashford, it was of Antony, and it is of Garnacho. When they're in positions that they can pass the ball, they don't do it. So I agree. He very well could have. Højlund could have just took the ball and ran it off for a throw-in. Do you know what I'm saying? To the other side, he could have done. He could have spooned it out of the stadium. We don't know, but he should have received that pass. But today, I stand by this, and I was talking to one of the AFTV lot afterwards about him, and they were just saying, "Oh no, you can see he's got something there. He's got some." Some bits to his game that are good, and I was like, I don't know what Højlund are you watching one of his brothers?
People applauding, the Declan Rice tackle. Cool, you can applaud it, absolutely. You can absolutely applaud it, but this idea that Declan Rice should not have been in that position to do that. It should have been one touch, bang, or be a bit more. Oh, if you're gonna do something, get a penalty. Højlund could have got a penalty there. I'm being a bit more smarter with it.
I hear that, but it should never even get to that, mate. Because again, it should be one touch bang, and this is the problem with him when he steps over the ball against Ipswich. Like, what are you actually doing? Like, as a striker, you shoot. Your job is to shoot, bro. Like, this is what you paid for. This is why you've took the number 9 shirt to shoot. Why are you not shooting in situations? Why are you? It's almost like he wanted to walk the ball into the net. Like, he wanted to get in a situation he could pass it into the net. It's like, mate, no one's going to criticize you if you take a touch bang and it gets blocked or it goes wide or the keeper saves it because you've at least fucking tried to score a goal. Waiting and then getting tackled is absolutely horrendous as a striker. And Amorim must absolutely tear his hair out with this kid because the whole likening him to Gyökeres when he comes. He's going to make him into a Gyökeres.
We just have to know what we have right now. Like, what we have right now is a guy who ain't it. Can we not, like, the same way I can't think about, bro, I can't think about what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. I just have to deal with things right now. There is no long-term vision at my United. It's, can you perform for me right now? That's what it is.
We've seen enough.
And right now, you're not performing, bro. You're not.
Yeah. We've seen enough. We've seen that he's not quality. He's not got it.
No, it's not, bro.
What's he had 18 months now? You know, he's not okay. Yeah, he might get better somewhere else, and he might improve. That's that. But right now at United, it's not good enough. We've not got time. You know what I mean? We can't rely on him. We've tried to rely on him. You know what? Ruben Amorim's giving plenty of chances, plenty of tries. I was happy. We were talking last week, I think, about Ruben Amorim making the mistake of continuing to start him. The fact that he took him out of the squad today, you know, it was brilliant. But we've seen Chido Obi come in and. Was it last weekend? Yeah, do more. His movement against Fulham, much better movement. We know Højlund's struggling to finish. We know he's not got the confidence. We know he can't hold the ball. You know his touch is rusty. For some reason, he doesn't seem as quick as he used to be. You know, he seems to have dropped a little bit of pace, and you could maybe point toward his back injury when he first came into the club. And Rashford had a similar issue. You know, his pace completely fell off a cliff once he got his back injuries. Maybe more needs to be looked into those, because you know it's history on players getting back injuries and just lose pace. You know, they've not got that sprint anymore. You know, because of the lack of tension in that lower back region. So, but we know now. We know he's not good enough. He's not going to be good enough, and in the summer, that's got to be one of our priority is a striker, whether it's Gyökeres, whether it's Osimhen, whoever it is. But I don't want to be going to another striker. Mateta.
I don't mind Mateta me, you know. Nah, come on, double A. Mateta. This is what he improves on what we have, man. He improves on what we have.
Oh, we improve what we have. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could go in there and improve what we have. I can't sit here as a fan of a team that's in 14th position in the Premier League and turn my nose up at a player that's doing well in the Premier League. 27 years old, you know, hitting his prime. You know, them players do. You know, we talk about Ivan Toney when he was doing the same at Brentford, making that jump. It's just, you know, when you get linked to the likes of Gyökeres and Osimhen, and then it's Mateta, you kind of like, well, that's where we are, and that's why I'm not nothing against the player. It's just I'm just upset that's where Manchester United look like they are at the moment. That's why I pull my face. It's nothing to do with the player at all.
Mateta has presence. Mateta can link up play. Mateta can score goals. Mateta can score different types of goals. Like, listen, people might say Mateta's not the answer, guys, but listen, right now, Gyökeres, Osimhen could be a situation, but I don't see United looking at going and getting the big boys, because the big boys might not want to come to us. You know what I mean? For 40 million, Mateta, I don't think it's a bad.
No,
you have to give him service, though. You have to get tens that are across him. You have to build. He gets service at Crystal Palace. You know, right now he ain't getting no service right now. Yeah,
that's my issue. I think any striker that comes into our side struggles. I don't think we could have Haaland and he doesn't score that
yeah, bro. Haaland was shooting for Man City on the weekend.
Huh? What's that?
I don't buy into it. You know what? I did buy into it. I used to buy into the idea that strikers, as soon as I saw Chido Obi what was it, against Everton and against Fulham, he's creating chances for himself, creating opportunities for himself. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of excuses being made for the strikers. You know, good strikers, they get themselves into good positions, which then offers opportunity for those attacking players, you know, for Bruno to find him. I feel like you put any decent striker in this forward line, because what you've got to think of in the last couple of seasons, we've not really had strikers. We had Weghorst, that was about it, and he created opportunities and created the movement for Rashford to go and score his goals. Whereas this past 18 months, 2 years, we've had nothing. We've had nothing in the top in the way of like players, actual strikers who understand the role to get themselves space, you know, to occupy the centre backs, you know, to move in between the lines, you know, that just to be able to control the ball and bring others into play. We've not had that. So maybe a striker coming in will create a lot more chances. I'm beginning to believe it. So, because it can't be any worse than what we've been doing so far. I mean,
we thought that was Xerxes, bro. Do you know what I mean? We thought that Xerxes was going to do that exact same role. And, you know, a lot of the goals that
Xerxes drops deep, though, isn't he? He's not a line kind of striker. That's different. That's not creating space.
We thought he would be a facilitating Rashford. Do you remember the whole thing about him coming in, before Amarin came in, that he was going to help. He was going to help those two wide players in Ahmad, Garnacho, or Rashford to get them creating and scoring more goals. But I think I agree with what you're saying, and I think if we were to get one of the top level strikers in the world, one of the top 5 strikers in the world, we possibly would see them creating more and better chances for themselves and teammates. But I think the record is there, bro. Every single striker comes in. Like, you look at Højlund that first season, he was pretty much creating every single chance of his own in them 16 goals that he scored. They were pretty much coming all from himself. Like, so even he, we do need better quality around a striker. We can't deny that. And I think in this current team, especially you look at who are they bringing in? Like, because we've lost 3 wingers or 3 attacking players and not replaced any of them in Sancho, Rashford, and Antony. So I don't trust Bruno. Like, Bruno's doing fantastically well at the moment for us because no one else is. I don't really trust him so much going forward. I don't like Ahmad. I still think Ahmad is better as a wing back at the moment than he is a number 10. And then it's Garnacho, and Garnacho I think should be on that right 10. I think he looked a lot better on the right 10, and then he has done all season at left.
You got to give Garnacho credit today, man.
Because he plays on the right, bro. And we was having this conversation before.
It's right better for him, you reckon?
Bro, do you remember the Villa game in the Boxing Day Villa game, and he absolutely teared them apart. And then he was playing on the right, and he was fucking brilliant. And it was probably going. That's his first game he's ever played there. Like, and then he goes to the left, and when he goes to the left, he wants to cut in and shoot. He wants to cut in and shoot.
Yeah.
When he's on the right, he has to provide, and he's actually pretty decent at doing so. So I think he should, and I think Amarin may have clocked that now, and I think maybe that is going to be his position, which I wouldn't be too mad at all.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right. I said he can't. He gives an outlet, man. We needed it. If we didn't have him there, bro, God forbid how we get out and start. Building out, man. It's absolutely crazy, bro, man. But I thought for me, like I said, man, that outlet. But yeah, like I said, with the striker, man, it's a very, very big concern for us, man. I mean, Xerxes is better in the 10 role, man. I know people want to say he's a striker and that, but he's better just kind of like just making his own little runs. You know what I'm saying? Like just making his own little space. You know what I mean? When you lump the ball, listen, it's difficult. When he's got the ball, he's got to do better to jump, though. Like, he's got to do a little bit better to get the ball and win it. But when you're there and you haven't got anyone around you, it's an absolute because they didn't do anything. When Marino had the ball, he got closed down. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
It's an impossible.
He got closed down.
He did. Do you know one thing that really frustrates me about Xerxes? I think there's definitely something there with him, and I think
I think there's a player there. There's a player there.
His second action always lets him down. He'll control it perfectly. He'll put it through someone's legs, and then he runs out of space, or his touch is terrible, or he can't find the right pass. His second action invariably always seems to let him down, which is massively frustrating for me. But today, I think he worked really hard today. In a game, I don't think he had a shot, did he? I don't. Apart from that flick.
No.
Not a lot of service again.
No, not a lot of service, bro.
I think, yeah, you're right. I think as a 10, I think he suits his system a lot more. It's whether we can get him facilitating a little bit better. But when you've got that dead weight ahead of you with the number 9 shirt, your back's against the wall as it is. I wouldn't mind seeing him a little bit more with Obi. See what we can do there with him. But
funny enough, obviously out the side of the ground, like I come across Cheeto's agent, man, and then he just went to me, "Yo, big up, man. Say love your channel and that, love your whatever and whatnot, respect it and that." And I was like, "Yo, forget my channel, man, bro. Cheeto should be playing, man." And he was like, "Yeah, man. Amran needs to sort himself out, man, because bro, Cheeto could not have done anything more. Like, he could have done nothing more it could be any worse than what we've seen there. Like, I don't know, maybe he just wanted to just protect Cheeto a little bit and not kind of show him up to the Arsenal fans and say, "Yo, look at that, man. He's dead food and that." Like, bro, Cheeto was there, man. Cheeto was there.
Because if he plays like a 17-year-old against, you could argue the two best,
no,
the best centre backs it's not good for a 17-year-old. If we were winning 3-1,
but then when you look at what Hoyland's provided you, though,
to lose, has he? He's got nothing to lose against those centre backs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than crushing his confidence or whatever, if he gets absolutely swallowed up and he doesn't get anything, done anything at all.
Do you think someone's confidence can be crushed at 17? though?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen a 17-year-old be given an opportunity in front of a crowd that's got 72,000 people in it, and they're hoping that you have one chance of one moment, and that is it. Whereas a guy who cost 72 million that hasn't got a good record at Old Trafford, hasn't really shown anything. We're never ever gonna say Cheeto ain't it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say, yo, listen, he's a young player who we don't expect that much from him, and just go out there and do more than what you see from Hoyland. And that ain't a lot, guys. Just do a little bit more than what Hoyland's showing, and that is it for me. And if he does that, I'm not really bothered. But obviously, I get what the manager's gonna do. He's not gonna do that right now.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And you put these young people. I'm just thinking it from the manager's side. This is not my opinion. I'm thinking, you're playing devil's advocate. Is he looking at it against two of the best centre backs in the league and thinking, I don't want to throw this kid in and him to have a stinker? And and I'm not saying his confidence would be knocked. I'm not saying it'd affect him in any way. It's just one of them games you think, I've got a 72 million pound man on that. Maybe I should be putting him on, and which is the wrong way to look at it. But that's what managers do sometimes. They feel like sometimes the pressure to play the big names or the actual first team players. You look at that bench today; it was kids again. Wasn't it? Even Hoyland's a kid, you could say. So it wasn't a bench really. He had any options at all. So you think the first team players are gonna get on first. But Obi was warming up a lot. I don't know if you saw it. Actually, was even after Hoyland come on, he was still warming up a lot.
Yeah.
I thought he may have thrown him on anyway. To be honest with you,
is that him sending a message to the manager like, "Get me on, put me on"?
Yeah.
So the thing for me, the thing for me is, we saw with LVG throw Rashford in against Arsenal. Yeah. I mean, in the league, we've seen managers do it, and I want to see that from my manager. Do you know what I mean? A United manager should be able to be confident in using the youth. And Hoyland, we know where we're going with Hoyland. Okay, Cheeto Obi, he might not perform great. He might have a bad game, whatever. But we know he's young, and we'll give him time. We'll give him games at least. Look how much time we've given Hoyland. We've given Hoyland 18 months now. And he's still getting starts. So, and I just don't think he could have done any worse. So I'm really surprised not to see him today. I was a bit frustrated, if anything, because I want, especially knowing Ruben Amorim's a manager who's brought through super young players in Giovanni Kender anyway. Do you know what I mean? Bringing through a 17-year-old. So I'm just surprised he's not gone to the youth a little bit more and a little bit quicker. It's frustrating. You saw Harry Hamas on the sidelines, and he's constantly warming up, and he never gets a look in. And we've not got nothing to lose now in the Premier League. It's not like we're going to get relegated. We're far from the chance, and this should be a moment to see, right? Okay, which of these youth players in these moments are going to step up? Because we know Hoyland's not going to be the guy. We know he's not going to be the guy next season. We know quite a few. We know Delow's not going to be the guy going forward. So let's see which of these youth now can take the chance and take the opportunity, a sink or swim moment. Because if not going to be used now, when are they going to be used?
Simple. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Obviously, it's difficult, man. Like I said, man, he's trying to make sure he don't put them out there, and then obviously, you know what I mean, it's lambs and slaughter, man. But then it's a fine margins, isn't it, man? Like the fact that we are in 14th right now, and is there anything to lose? But then also he's trying to say, yo, man, I don't want to make sure that people just laugh at these kids, man. Because you know what social media does, isn't it, man? 007, whatever, you know what it is, man. Like he's played these amount of games, no goals. He's played these amount of minutes, no goals. Do you know what I mean? So like people will always kind of say that, man, etc., etc. But yeah, man, listen, people want to talk about Bruno. I said it, man. Brilliant free kick, and yo, listen, fair play to him, man. He did his thing today. Shout out to Bruno Fernandes. Like I've got nothing to say about him. Okay, I'm not gonna say that, because a lot of people, what it is with me, like I get it, like it's gonna be a constant battle between me and Bruno Fernandes fans. I understand it. He's not my cup of tea. I don't really fancy Bruno Fernandes as a player, but I will always respect it when he scores a goal like that. I will always give it a lot of praise. I'm not saying that he's never saved Man United from this and that. Like I'll give it the credit. I just don't think for me, Bruno Fernandes is my cup of tea in the long term. I think Man United should look to not only find a replacement, but not be Bruno at the heartbeat of our team. Because I don't think he's a 6. I don't think he's a 10 in the system. But for where we are right now, Bruno Fernandes is going to play. I've never come on here and said, yo, you've got to drop Bruno Fernandes for this player, because we know that Bruno Fernandes is going to play. So for me today, captain's performance, led by example, didn't give the ball away. I've got no qualms about Bruno today. Simple as that. No qualms. Brilliant. Him and Casemiro, midfield, locked it up. Spot on today. You know what I mean? So big up.
Question, is he improving under Amran?
Who, Bruno?
Bruno. Is he giving the ball away less? Is he improving?
At the start, I'd say he was a lot. You know what I mean? There is games now where he is maybe improving in the fact that he doesn't give the ball away as much. But there are tendencies in the game where he can be. Like today, there was a few moments where he tried to be a bit smart and be a bit clever, too clever. He gave the ball away. But all in all, like, you know, I don't think for me, when I look at new Man United team, Bruno Fernandes can be in it. That's just where I kind of look at it. Because I think you live and die by Bruno Fernandes. And in a team like where you want to build and like that, I don't think you can do that, man. I don't think you could do that. But again, for now, where we are right now, Bruno Fernandes is there in it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? He's playing. I back Man United. I support Man United, man. I don't support players. I told you, lot. I don't do play FC. Like, bro, Bruno Fernandes is in there. We support. When he goes onto that football pitch, I'm not saying, yo, Bruno Fernandes have a stinker just to prove me wrong. Nah, man. I'm not about that, man. It's United FC, man. That's what we are, man. So I'm whatever the team is in it. He plays well, I'll give him the credit. He plays badly, we'll say what it is. Simple as that. So, yeah, man. Him and I think Casemiro. But a lot of people, this is the thing, though. But people don't give Casemiro the credit, though. This is the thing that I look at him like, they'll tell me, yo, you've been hating on Bruno Fernandes. But then I could say people have been hating on Casemiro as well. Like, he's been doing it. You know, he's been putting in the performances, and he doesn't probably get the total praise. You know, like we've seen, man. Like Garnacho today did well today. Will he get the praise? Don't know. So listen, man, we got a draw today. We should have won, but you know what I mean. There was some. You know what, man? Can we talk about Aiden Heaven, man? Bro.
Hey, bro.
Aiden Heaven, man.
He's a player, man.
Yo, Aiden Heaven, man. Guys, he might be ready, you know.
I think he's ready. Just preceding him, though, quickly, not to detract from him. The reason why he came on, I'm starting to be very worried about Euro, you know, in these niggly.
Oh, I know, man. I'm worried about Euro as well, man.
He's picking up a lot of them.
What are these injuries, though? What is it? Do you reckon he's got is it growth spurt, or is it just the fact that he's just not is he just not built for the Premier League yet? Like he needs to put on muscle.
It's the demand of the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? It's just his body getting used to it. You know, there's a lot more demands on him. You know, he went from being an 800
physical as well, though, Ash. The French league is physical, you know.
Yeah, but you're not running as much, are you? And you're not running as it's not the intensity's not there. Do you know what I mean? So it's like being an 800 meter sprinter, you know, or a 400 meter sprinter, and then becoming an 800 meter sprinter. He's got to learn to use different muscles, and you know, or at least train his muscles to become more accustomed to the demands of the Premier League. And he's gonna get little tears and little knocks. But you know, he's 19 years old. Yeah. We saw that very early on with players like Rio and like Varane. I know I'm using big names there, but you see with a lot of young defenders, young centre backs, you know, having those injuries, and once they get in the early 20s, then it kind of all kind of settles, you know, because they are growing, they are getting used to the body. You know, there is a lot of demands on a young skeleton. Do you know what I mean? So it's understandable. I wouldn't have any worries with that. Yeah, I mean, unless he turns out like a Phil Jones, which you know,
no. Touch wood. He got to knock his ankles. Yeah, he went on the floor by himself, and that's when I knew straight away. Take him off, please.
Yeah, man.
When he goes on the floor by his own, you know what I mean. Listen, man, this is why I'm like, yo, man, like, because he's good, man. Like, yo, listen, on the ball, he's very good, progressing the ball, very good. But that's why I'm saying maybe you're right, man, and you got to just take care of him, man. Like, you got to rotate with Heaven now. I know he might not look good, but you got to rotate him, man, with Heaven and and help him out. But then again, Dog will be back for the Mazarawi will play there, innit? So
my only worry with that is no fault of his own sometimes, but he needs to settle on for the rest of the season. Settle on a back three. If it's heaven, Lindelof and DeLitt, go with that. That back three needs to settle, and it needs to play 5-6 games in a row. Obviously, barring injuries. But if you go back to heaven, I think, mate, he come in today and again slotted in. You won't think he was 18. Like, no way. Like he was brilliant. Even he didn't convince me with it, but when he did, he had that moment and he gave it the come on because it was right in front of me.
yeah,
But it didn't look convincing at all. You know, you could tell like he just kind of wanted to do it, but was a little bit nervous about doing it because like he thought like fans won't back him and get behind it and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But listen, again, clearing headers, there, kicking the ball away, like he was, you know, covering, getting his foot in. He was brilliant, man. And I think against his former club, you know, never played for him in the first team. To have those moments, he's only gonna give you that kick up the arse and that confidence to know that when the manager calls upon me, I'm ready to go. Do you know what I mean? So I think we've done early. Obviously, I know it's early days, but you have to be impressed with what you see, and that's why I say. But from early signs, it looks like we've potentially got a very, very good centre back on our hands there, and left-footed as well, which obviously we massively need. Yeah. But now, listen, if it wasn't for the other two on the other side, he'd have claims for man of the match for me in that second half. I thought he was really, really good.
Yeah, he came in super confident. You know, great in the tools. You know what I mean? Great on the ball. He didn't put a foot wrong, really. There was actually a moment, and I think it was near your side, Double A, where he'd lost the ball for a moment, but then he came back and won it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He got everyone up, man. I like that, man. I like passion sometimes, man.
I say, he wasn't very convincing. When he looked at his face, he wasn't convincing with it, Saeed. He looked a bit nervous because he didn't know if the fans had back it and that. He was looking a bit nervous.
But we back that, man. We back a little, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see my defenders. Just get on with your job. Do you know what I mean? Don't be G.
I know, but listen.
When we're winning games and all that, then you can be doing that. But, you know, for winning tackles, you know, you're better than that. That should be expected. You should be winning tackles. You should be getting yourself involved. But I thought...
Ash against modern football, man. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, it's not modern football. It's the low's done it for me. Do you know what I mean? The low, every tackle, he's like, come on. I just don't need to see it. Do you know what I mean? Just get on with your job. You know, but Aiden Evan coming into this game today, you know, playing in front of 73,000, you know, big game, Super Sunday, Arsenal. The fact that he's able to you know, live in that kind of environment, you know, and have confidence in it, and, you know, win his duels and not look uncomfortable for a 19-year-old lad. And you heard, I don't know if you heard, but you heard Amram saying the post-match conference that he's so calm, he's so chill. You know, sometimes a little bit too calm, but we're going to train him. We've got one. You know, he's basically saying that this is a player. He's seen a player.
Physically, though, he's tall. He's tall. He's big lad, man. He's not one of them that we feel like, yo, like listen, Arsenal let him go. We got him for 1 million. I think it's $1 million, isn't it? We got him for. And right on, man. Listen, yo, I remember Tyler Blackett, man. I know he got a couple of injuries and whatnot, but Tyler Blackett was fearless as well, like that. He was on it. He was strong, physical, man.
Tuanzebe,
yeah, Tuanzebe too, man. It's that left side of centre back role, man. It suits him nicely, man. He's quick. He's, you know what I mean? Can't really get past him, you know, man. He's on the ball. He's on it, man. Like, yo, listen, fair play to him, man. Like, honestly, fair play to him. I'm going to get some super chats in, guys. Big up to Next Gen says, big up Saeed Facts. Big up to Yaz says, big up my brother Saeed. Well, live, big shout for you. Stand on business. That Julian guy is a scum. Yeah, man. Big up to Yaz, man. I appreciate it, bro. We are not worried. We are second. We lack a striker. Saka is out. Boo. Boo-hoo. Plus, you rely on Bruno each game. Big up Sud, big up Saeed, Ash, Double A. Hit the likes and subscribe from saying regularly Chris quality content. I'll give United credit today, but definitely Arsenal making it staying up to 2:30 to watch. Yeah, man, I can't lie, bro. That right there. If you're watching side to side football at 2:30 a.m., big credit to you, man. Big Ben says, big up, Saeed. Thank you for not backing down and still speaks up for Palestine, man of the people. That's why we love you, broski. Big up the panel. Big up, bro. I appreciate it, man. If we have Havertz, Jesus, Saka, we would have won. Let's see when you come to the Emirates. We're not coming to Emirates, bro. We're done. So
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Big up Saeed, Double A, Ash, you legends. I just seen a Julian clip. He is called out. Big up, bro. Big up to my guy Shower, man. Big up, Saeed. F that, Julian. I'm glad you put him in his place. Big up, man. Shower. Barrow, man. Appreciate the donation, my friend, man. And big up to everyone locked in, man. Hit the like button if you can. Let's get to 1,000 likes, man. Listen, Ramadan Mazarawi, man. Fasting, but still putting in a performance, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen. Shout out to Mazarawi, man. 12 million we bought him for, man. And he was, for me, my man of the match, man. Up and down, getting into midfield, driving with the ball, man. Listen, bro, he was on it today, bro, man. You got to give credit to Mazarawi today, man. And yeah, that's one player. He had his few moments where I thought he was looking a bit off it just after the, couple of months or last month, I think it was. But now he looks very energetic, man. We've got our own version of Ramadan Mahrez, Ramadan Benzema. We got our own one, man, in Mazarawi, man. Proper performance, man. Best performance in United shirt for you lot, or do you think there was a better performance?
Can't think of one. Deserved the goal as well. Deserved the goal. Should have scored. Just a fantastic save from David Raya. But yeah, you know what amazes me about him? He never seems to make a bad decision. Like, he always seems to make the right decision. His football IQ is through the roof. Like, he understands whenever he's getting closed down. He's the final third. You could probably expect a little bit more from him, but in the first and the middle, perfect. Just a perfect footballer. And like you say, in 12 million, what a bargain. Considering that he replaced Aaron Wan-Bissaka going out, that's been a great bit of business we've done there. Unbelievable. And today, the fact that he is observing Ramadan, he's having to play, depleted. It's mega impressive, and yeah, what more can be said about him? Do you know what I mean? Just fantastic football in addition to the squad. And if we could have 11 Mazrawis, do you know what I mean? It'd be perfect, because he's mega him. Love him. Fantastic football.
Mate, I'd take 5 or 6 of him, mate. I think that that'd help massively. Do you know what I mean? I still stand by. I think signing in the summer for 12 million to get a player of that level, and it's telling when he has, players can't be consistent all the time. They're gonna have a lull, and he had a lull, and you can tell how much it affected the team when he had a lull. All fans saying, "Oh, look what's happened to him, this, and this." He's soon come back. I actually think under Amorim, 100% his best performance. Best performance possibly, because he was doing the things that I've wanted to see him do in the attacking third. He looked dangerous. He looked smart. He was picking the right passes. He was getting onto the ball and looking to create space, looking to create chances for himself and others. And I think he was doing everything of a player of his quality. And like I said, we don't have many of those. And I just he's one of them players. Like, he's not that. He's not the same type of player, but he's like a Ji-Sung Park, and you can rely on him in every single way. Every time he's on the pitch, he's going to do the job to the best of his ability and get the team over the line. And he should have scored
as well. Like, first year in the Premier League, just completely settled in. I mean, players need a bedded in period, but he's just settled in. Looks like he's been with us for years.
Yeah, literally, man.
One thing the chat might know: what boots was he wearing today? It was really winding me up. During the first half, I was googling his boots. I don't know what boots he's wearing, because he normally wears. This is a weird thing to be asked about.
Yeah, have you seen the boots from where you are?
He normally wears Nike Vapor, doesn't he? But he had these orange and black boots on. I don't know where. I couldn't figure out what they were. So
let me see. I didn't even see that.
I'm sure he wore them on Thursday, but I didn't clock. And I think Ben White was wearing them as well. But I was googling, and I've noticed Nike might be doing a hypervenom. No those hypervenom that Neymar wore when they first come out. So where it could have been, and I don't know. But it was confusing me today. A weird thing to be confused about, but he was fantastic today, man. And I just wish we were a better team for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he deserves to play in a top side. Do you know what I mean? He's such a good football player.
Yeah.
And him and Delete. Like I said, it was between them two, and I can understand why you'd go for Mazraoui. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, what a steal we got them two for that price from Bayern Munich, man.
Bayern Munich, yeah, exactly. When everyone was looking at it, thinking, Bayern Munich robbed us, man. They didn't rob nothing, bro. You know what I mean? That's fairly two good signings. You know what I mean? For that price as well. Take that all day long, man. You know what I'm saying? So
do them good deals. You know what I mean? You know, two players in the prime. Well, you always say Delit's in his prime yet, but you know, two players in the mid to late 20s. Fantastic.
Yeah. And then obviously they got their goal, man. Who do you blame that goal on, by the way? The goal that they scored. Is anyone to blame there? Ericsson, maybe?
Ericsson won it. Yeah.
Ericsson for launching it. I don't know if there's any. Let me see if I can just rewind it.
Don't get pressed. Doesn't press quick enough to get the ball that gets to Declan Rice. You know, he just sits off a little bit too much. But it's a good goal as well. It's the post and goes in. Do you know what I mean? You know,
it's the post and goes in, man.
Yeah, you know, Onana didn't have to do much today. You know, the team did well keeping Arsenal out today. So you can't really blame him for that. Going back to Delict and Mazraoui. Delict. You know, I feel like he steps up now that Maguire's out of the team because, you know, Maguire takes that leadership role, doesn't he? You know, he tries to be captain, he tries to be the main guy. And when Maguire's not in the team, you can see Delict, you know, he takes it, but he's that quiet leader, do you know what I mean? That one that just inspires and keeps everyone ticking around him, do you know what I mean? None of the shouting, none of the hands up to the linesman, none of that, just keeps things moving. And we looked controlled today. I don't know about you, but I never felt panicked. You know, I felt the game for large periods, even though Arsenal had the ball. I was never worried, I was nervous. I was never anxious, thinking like, no, they're going to score. We looked comfortable. We looked like we kept them at, you know, at arm's length, and you know they struggled to lay a glove on us. Like I was saying, Onana, he did nothing pretty much all game. You know, compare it to David Raya, who was, you know, putting in a David De Gea performance. You know, it was really impressive, and you can say it was maybe Delo's fault or whatever, but like I said, the finish from Rice, it was a fantastic finish. But can we talk about Rice's celebration?
No. What did he say? No, I'm saying, what did he say? I don't know what happened.
No. So they've just equalised. You go grab the ball and you go to the halfway line, don't you? That's what.
Yeah. It was that sort of game.
Like camera and all that. Like, what's he doing?
Yeah. Shut everyone. Didn't someone have to pull him and say, "What are you doing? Hurry up and come back!" Like they did to. You know, did to Dan James, Martial, and Rashford. When
Martial, Rashford. Yeah. Because obviously they didn't know they weren't going to score, man. They literally scored, less than a minute or so before like the iftar break. So you know when Mazraoui and Saliba go for there, that literally, like, bro, what if we'd have kept one? I know it sounds crazy, but if we'd have kept that in. I just made sure we had composure, got into that break because they were better. By the way, they kept like recycling the ball. They had the momentum there. We'd have just 2 minutes there, just kind of almost like, you know, took our time with it. Or we would have maybe got a win there. I don't know. I know it's fine margins here, but like genuinely, bro, like that was a good goal. A good goal was going to beat us today. A good goal, and that was a good goal. But I just felt like for me, Ericsson giving the ball away and then Declan Rice, it's just. I don't know, man. It's just, man. It's gutted. I was gutted. I can't lie.
Not closing down. It's them moments that this team just consistently give you in it. And, you know, I was actually starting to feel a bit confident we'd win the game, mate. I don't know, like, as soon as I started to feel a bit confident, there goes the equaliser and they get back in the game. But, you know, credit where it's due. We didn't let our heads drop. I think I was on Twitter at half-time and, like, just people were just, like, absolutely crapping themselves about this half-time record. That's all I could see. People like really worried and jinxing it, and that, you know, we didn't drop our heads. Arsenal didn't look like they were any better than us and gonna win the game. You know, we had the better chances from there, and I think, you know, credit to that because we didn't let them take the game from us, and we kept in it and should have won. Just quickly as a side note, big up to KB there because he's come through saying apparently Mazraoui is wearing Under Armour because he's leaving Nike. Ben White is already signed. He said, "I do that. Check what boots they've got." Yeah, I'm weird like that, unfortunately.
Oh, swear down. Okay.
Yeah, Under Armour, which is terrible. You know what you're doing. But yeah, no, big up to us staying in the game and you know, curse us for not winning it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%, bro. Yeah, but how do you view this? So when I come out the ground, a lot of people gutted, man. They were like, yo, man, we should have won. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not happy. Like, how do we? What have we learned from the game today? Like, is there a lot you take away from the game? Is it one of them where we've shown this before and we've gone back to our ways? Like, where do you like look at this game like going forward? Like, is it something where we just literally just say, you know what, full focus on Real Sociedad? That'll be a different. By the way, Real Sociedad lost again today, by the way, to Sevilla. Like, I just can't imagine us losing that, man. We lose to them lot, man. Oh, man, that would just sum up the season, bro. Like, they're bad. But, you know, European football, that's what happens, isn't it? But where do you kind of like Dominic, where do you what do you take away from today? Anything you take away from today? On the whole grand scheme of things.
I've not learned anything because I know these players do this. They play brilliant against the big teams, and then when small teams come, we get beat. So the only thing what we need to take away, we need to do what Arsenal failed to do with their midweek game in using it as a springboard. We need to use this performance and have it on Thursday because our season really rests on Thursday. We have to win. We just have to win that game. And I want to see us play. I don't even want to see us play like that because we shouldn't be having 30% possession, sitting back and looking to counter against Real Sociedad at home. We should be, have the impetus. I don't want to see Højlund anywhere near that pitch. I don't want to see Eriksen anywhere near that pitch. So, like Ash is saying, start Obi. Like, have him as the 9. Garnacho and Xerxes your 10s.
Obi can't start on the Europa League.
He can't, can he? He's not in the squad.
That's why he should have started today. That's what I'm saying earlier. Double A, he should start because he can't start. He might as well start him today.
Yeah, it's a tricky one then what he does in it, I guess. But at least Dorgu's back, which isn't too bad. We have to just win, bro. So I can't. You can't even say you've learned anything from today because this team is what it is.
We've learned that no Maguire. We're unbeaten without Maguire.
Yeah, we knew that.
We actually unbeaten without Maguire.
Unbeaten. Well, the last 2 games anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, the sample size ain't enough, man. You know what I'm saying? He's back, man. I'm a bit concerned about Ugarte being out for a while now. I don't know what that is now. Don't know if it's a serious. We need him for
he's back next game. That's what Amram was saying in the post. He was saying that he potentially could be back for the next game.
Yeah, we need him on Wednesday, man. I don't know if Casemiro can play 3 games in a row or 3-4 games now. You know what I mean? A lot.
You know what? Collier came in and he looked decent. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, he did a job. He did a job, man. He did a job.
Did he put him in one of the 10s as well? Like,
yeah, left 10.
Left 10. I was like, go on, bro.
Eriksen, man, he's not doing enough for me, man. Not doing enough for me in the game, man.
He's done. The sooner that contract gets finished.
Yeah, man. He just shadowed himself, man. He just doesn't look the same player. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is with Eriksen, but he may give you flashes of brilliance. You know what I mean, and do what. Overall,
he needs a slow league. He needs a slow league. He needs it somewhere where he can have a bit more time on that ball and can dictate play. Like go back to Ajax or France or low.
Yeah,
low
he did give the chance to thingy. But yeah, you know what it is though. He did keep the shape well. That was it. We kept the shape well as a team though. There weren't nobody like getting dragged out anywhere. They weren't really like. We kept ourselves very. We didn't want to be beaten today. That was the good thing about today. We didn't want to be beaten. We didn't want to lose a game, and nobody was like, apart from Højlund, nobody put really a foot wrong in the game today. Like okay, the Dalot cross at the end was mad, but we'll give him the credit for the pass for Mazraoui because that was excellent, and obviously Mazraoui missed it. But a lot of the players not really like. If I'm giving Lindor praise, that just tells you everything you need to know about today. Like it weren't a bad day at the office for a lot of these players. But like I said to you, in the grand scheme of things now, it's like, what do you now take from this game, like on the long run? Because we can't seem to do it against smaller teams. But against the bigger teams, we look up for it. Amrin looks up for it. They look up for it. And that's all you can say, Ash, isn't it, really? That's the team looking to
Yeah, against the bigger teams because we play into our hands. We can play in the counter. We can play that deep football. Do you know what I mean? Whereas again, when we've got to come out and actually play in, when we've got more of the ball and more possession, we struggle to dictate and figure out what to do in the final third. So we get counted on. Especially again, I know I feel like I keep going on about Maguire, but with Maguire in the team, the balls are easy balls in behind. We've seen that many times at Old Trafford. I'm not worried about Sociedad. I'm worried about Leicester next week. That'll be an indicator to where we're at. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Leicester.
Where we're going to be.
Yeah, if we could go there unbeaten, because I think now, when was the last time we lost a Premier League game?
The one before it. No, Everton was before Ipswich. I can't remember what was before Everton.
Tottenham game. So since Tottenham game, Everton draw, Ipswich draw, win, Arsenal draw. Then you beat Leicester. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad at all. Just get the wins in, man. Get a few wins together, beat Ipswich, and then obviously beat Sociedad, and then you're going into them that international break with a bit of breathing room, man. The manager's got a bit of breathing room. Everyone could go back. Whoever's not training could go back to Amran and train. Maybe a few players come back. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't expect Mason Mount to come back, but some players can come back. You know what I mean?
He's out till April, isn't he, Mark?
Is he?
I thought he's out till April.
Yeah. The manager did say Ahmad might be back and Maiden might be back, but that's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking, bro. Like, if Ahmad was miraculously back, man, oh my days, man.
Imagine
the confidence that would give everyone, man. Like, just to say, you know what, we've got a bit of X factor on the team. You know what I mean? In terms of
even Manu in one of them tens, man. Like,
yeah.
You're right. We just need a bit of when you start to get 2-3 players back. It don't matter who it is. When you start to fill that bench with better players again, everyone starts to up it a level a bit. Do you know what I mean? Because there's that quality behind them that if something goes wrong, there's more experience. I'm not gonna say better players, but more experienced players can come in. So we need that. We need that to get through these last games of the season. Absolutely. But I can't even look at Leicester, mate, because Thursday is everything. Do you know what I mean? It's do or die pretty much for this season, and I hope it don't die.
Yeah. That was it. Who came on, by the way? It was Collier,
Heaven
and
Hoyland.
Yeah, that was it. On the bench, I don't know who else we had on the bench.
The bench was Fletcher, Amas.
Yeah. Not great bench. Yeah.
2 keepers again, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah. There you go, man. There you go. That's it, people, man. We're going to wrap it up here, man. It's been a good show, man. Listen, like I said, not got the result we wanted, but you know what? Let's just keep the positivity, man. Let's keep the positivity. Let's keep the faith, and let's just try and make it, try and get something positive out of this season, man. And get a win in Europa League or something. You know what I mean? Let's just see. That's all we can do. Pray on Thursday that we can win that game and then go through. And then you're in the quarterfinals, man. And the quarterfinals is what? 4 games to the final. Then after that, that's it.
Who can we get? Leon or I can't remember.
Leon? I think we'll get Leon. Yeah, we're gonna get Leon. Yeah, Leon, because they beat. Did they beat? Who did they beat on the week? Was it who did they beat? Leon FC. Leon, they beat Thingy today as well. Nice 2-0 today. Bloody hell. Yeah, FCSB, so they beat them 3-1. So you expect them to go through. To go through. Yeah.
Leon. Fantastic.
Yeah. LFC, man, big up always, man. Keep your hard work, bro. Thank you for putting June in this place. Free Palestine, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, people, man. Obviously, you'd not know. If you want to know more about what happened before, just rewind to the start of the video. And like I said, man, you know what I mean? We always here, man. We're always here for anyone who's oppressed in the world, man. Congo, you know what I mean? Palestine, everywhere in the world. Sudan, my home country, Somalia, you know what I mean? Everywhere in the world. If you are oppressed, we will speak about it, man. And listen, we ain't afraid to on this channel, man. You know what I'm saying? So big up to everyone who's supporting the channel, whether you like the video, whether you donate. It's all a pleasure, man. You get me? Always, man. And also, I want to end it on the protest as well. Big up to everyone who turned up on the protest. You know, people say protests don't work, but there's a message we put out there, and it is full ownership. You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, Glazes out, man. That's all we can say. But big up to Ash. love for coming on as usual, man.
Nah, thanks for us as always, and to Double A as well in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. I'll have the vlog with the protests and the Arsenal game out tomorrow at some point before lunchtime, I'd expect. But yeah, I appreciate you having us on as always, and we go to Thursday now, innit? You know, big one there. We've got to win that. You know, save a season essentially. We'll see. But yeah, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Double A, big up to you, bro.
Yeah, man. Good to see you today, as always, Saeed, at the game. Again, echo your sentiments about the protest. It was good to see, good to be a part of, and good to chat to people from all around the country.
We need
today.
to be emptying the stadium, though, isn't it? Double A. It's not enough. Walking to the stadium, it's not enough, is it? Let's be honest.
No. But I was saying to Saeed, I don't think emptying. If you don't go in at all, I get it. If you go in and walk out, I don't think it has the same impact because you've given them the money. What we need to do is sit-ins, stay in after the full-time whistle. Because I was hearing this is what Liverpool did to get their American owners out. And they were saying they did it. If they stay in for an hour or two, they're having to pay overtime for the stewards and that. But I was speaking to Anne. If anyone who's watched my videos, you see when I walk up the steps, Anne, the best steward at Old Trafford. She was telling me a lot of stuff today about how Jim Ratcliffe has changed a lot about this club and how bad it is now. She don't even think they'd pay the overtime. That's how bad it is. So then I thought, well, that's even better then, because if we stay in for 2 hours and the staff aren't going to get paid, they're going to become disgruntled. And that starts infighting within the club. So we probably need to do it even more. I think something needs to happen. If it's getting games called off, if it's storming the pitch is so difficult to do, and I don't think you could do it at Old Trafford anyway. Yeah, but I mean, if 10,000 people did it, mate, and crowded the director's box or the benches and that, and was singing and stopping games because of that, I think that's what we need to do something, because it can't just be protests outside. We need to let them know this can no longer continue at Manchester United, and we want them gone. And I said to Saeed before, and I said it to my dad, I think one of the best days of supporting Manchester United for me will come when I no longer have to sing Glazers out. When I no longer have to sing any of them chants. I know I will be fully happy as a Manchester United fan again, because while they're here, there's always something stopping me being truly happy, and that's the saddest thing I can think of with this football club. But other than that, big up to everyone that was there today. And let's keep it going. Big up to Saeed, as always, for having me on the channel. Big up to my twin, Ash. And a big up to the best chat on YouTube. Obviously, been a little quiet on my channel. But back this week, obviously, I didn't do a match vlog this time. I've done a video around the protest, speaking to fans at the game and not at the game on why now is so important that we get the Glazers out of this club. It's always been important, don't get me wrong, but now more than ever, it seems it has to happen. So, yeah, I've put the link to the channel in the chat, and yeah, man, I'm back doing the videos. So if you go over there, give us a subscribe, I'd massively appreciate it. But yeah, hope you all enjoy today, and we look forward to Thursday, don't we?
Yeah, Thursday, man. Thursday, people. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Double A, subscribe to Ash. Flawless is asleep, but we're still going to redirect to Flawless. Let me just redirect right now. And all you got to do is just go on his channel and say, wake up Flawless, because I genuinely think he's asleep still, because he's still not putting it on his channel, man. The guy's working hard, people, man, so we understand, you know what I mean? And there was a bit of a gap, to be honest with you, between the watch-along and the show that we have right now. So that's probably on my part, man. You know what I mean? Normally it's at 9 o'clock, but obviously Flawless is asleep. So yeah, man, make sure you just type in on his channel, wake up Flawless. And I'll see you tomorrow for midday live, people. We're out, man. Always big up, man. Big up.